Hi, I'm Milton Rendell and welcome to Real News Friday. Now, what's going on in the market? Whoa, it's pretty similar last week. 764 sales, that's down about 7.9% on the previous week in terms of house sales, so that's an interesting one. Stock levels for properties on the market are 2,710, so that's up, but it's still down 46.1% compared to a year ago. And so we're up about 11.7% in number of properties on the market from last week. So a slow increase, but let's see where it leads. Rentals, 1,936 available, which is down 5.8% and down on the same time last year. So it's an interesting equation. Rentals are starting to evaporate again. See where that leads us. 737 on the lease last week. Now, my big discussion this week is about the middle market. And to me, that's the majority of our market is in the middle market, Mr. and Mrs. Average. First-time buyers trying to get up into their market of the houses they used to own, and those people are trying to either upgrade, side grade or downgrade, and they haven't been able to do any of those things. But in a conversation only today with someone else, I was talking about, and I have said a number of times about older people wanting to move out of their properties, but they can't find anything to move. And that would help our middle market, because that, I would consider them, probably most of those people sit in what we call in the middle market. Point that was made to me, which I think is a very valid one. So a lot of the older people don't move for one main reason. But stamp duty is one of the issues. The second one is, let's imagine I'm in Bassendean on the river and I've got I bought a property 50 years ago, didn't cost a lot, but today's worth $2 million. Now, if I'm to sell that property, even if I'm to buy something else, I lose my pension, got too much money. So this is something I think the government has to examine. I still believe in removal of stamp duty for older people, and to a threshold, it has to be sort of tested. They can't be, financially rich. So this is for Mr. and Mrs. Average. But again, this problem is that, let's imagine they sell their little property on the river, which is run down and all the rest, but it's not their fault. It's worth $2 million. They go and buy themselves a unit, probably 800,000-900,000 in around Bassendean, and they're stuck with $1 million, which everyone goes, I'm stuck with $1 million. But for a lot of them, they really worry about their health care, they're being able to get, to doctors and all the rest of it. And it's something quite often they feel they deserve. So they won't move. They'll hang in with an rattly old house that's falling apart because they're fear of losing all their benefits. There's got to be a way around that, or to measure it a different way. I don't know what the answer is, by the way. I'm not suggesting I know the answer, but it's another obstacle in our system which stops people from moving. So talk to your pollies. See if you can come up with an answer. All the best. Chat to you next week.